two-time WBC super middleweight world champion. Okay, there was talks that Canelo Alvarez could possibly face Dmitry. There's a lot of names that were being thrown out. And so I told you guys, Canelo Alvarez, he was also linked to a trilogy match with his biggest rival to date in Gennady Triple G Golovkin. Okay, and I told you guys that Canelo Alvarez choosing Dmitry Bivol over these fighters was not a step back. It was actually a lateral move on the part of Canelo Alvarez, because to go up to 175 and challenge Dmitry Bivol with his skill set is not an easy task. Now,
those are the words of Blueblood Sports TV as he claims that Canelo Alvarez going up to fight Dmitry Bivol is a step forward rather than a step back versus going up against Jermall Charlo or David Benavidez. Let me counterpunch. I agree. I think and I thought that Canelo Alvarez would never fight Dmitry Bivol. I just thought that fight, I always saw that fight because there were talks of Dmitry coming down to 168 a couple years ago. And of course, Dmitry Bivol's with the zone, so it would have been easy to make because he was fighting on that platform. And that fight could have been made, or that fight was in talks to be made, rather, a while back. And due to the fact that he did take on the weakest link, Kovalev, I thought to myself, well, he's just picking an easy person. That just like he did at 168, because he came to 168 and then fought who? Rocky Fielding. I mean, who is that really? Beat the hell out of the guy. Busted him up badly. You know, he looked like a little bully in there. And so I thought he was doing the same thing at 175. So when I did hear the fight was announced, I was like, damn, okay. And I've seen a lot of people in a lot of channels try to use the narrative, oh, you're ducking David or you're ducking Jermall. I'm like, do you really think Jermall Charlo would beat Canelo, though? I mean, he's big, he's talented, but do you really think that fight will go with how people think it will? I think it'll be just like another Danny Jacobs Canelo. I don't see Jermall beating Canelo. Now, maybe David Benavidez, but then he went up a weight class higher. Now, he wasn't successful. He wasn't, I thought he was going to do more. Okay, and I have another video coming about Canelo real soon, about his actual boxing ability, so stay tuned for that. But, I have to agree with Blueblood Sports TV, because it's like, I always thought, well, like, yeah, Triple G, right, is the fight that pretty much DAZN pushed on Canelo if they wanted him on this platform. But Dmitry Bivol wasn't. Dmitry Bivol was that hard task that he decided to take on first. Now, he could have took that on last. He took that fight on first. See, if he was smart, he would have fought Triple G first, but Triple G just got out of a fight with Murata. So that was kind of impossible. But Dmitry Bivol deemed to be far better than he expected. And I expected more out of Canelo, honestly, in that fight, besides just, throwing haymakers to the elbows and shoulders. I wanted him to actually land something. The Roy Jones Jr. type style, bone-crushing punches, they don't always work all the time. That's what it proved. You can't break a bigger guy down all the time. You can do that to Kovalev. Kovalev was over the hill. You can't do that to a younger, stronger, undefeated fighter champion like Dmitry Bivol. And it's crazy because you see these people with these narratives and stuff. Oh, you're ducking David. And David didn't have anything to offer at 168. You have to remember that. He didn't have anything to offer. It might have been coincidental that he started fighting up there when he didn't have the belt, but that's false too. Because remember when Rocky Fielding had the belt, David Benavidez was still a champion, people. He lost his belts doing otra cosas, right? So it wasn't like he got beat, but then he lost his strap. So why would he fight him if he's after all the straps which he obtained? Canelo is still the 168-pound super middleweight champion, undisputed. Okay, he took all those belts. Smith, Saunders, Plant, Fielding. Not in that order. Right? So, but I definitely agree. Shout out to Blueblood Sports TV for, spitting some knowledge on his thoughts about Canelo Alvarez and how dangerous of a fight that really was. And a lot of people don't know what it's like to enter that. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Blueblood Sports TV, along with Canelo Alvarez and Dmitry Bivol, David Benavidez, and Jermall Charlo. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been counterpunching. Peace.